Good morning guys, welcome back to another Robert Does Fishing video. Thanks so much for joining me once again. So today you join me on a beautiful spring morning here in Ayrshire on the River Ayr, and today I'm having a cast, probably more in hope than anything else, of a spring salmon. So the River Ayr does get a spring run of salmon, and from what I read online it probably peaks around about from April into May, and we're probably in the peak of that just now. It's the 25th of May today. But the water has been really low over the past couple of weeks due to the nice hot weather we've been having here in Scotland. But saying that, I think like the rest of the country over the last couple of days we've had a big massive dump of rain. That's brought the river up a good few feet, and it's hopefully brought some fish up as well. So the river's a little bit bigger than what I'd like at the moment. Normally look at the SEPA gauge at Catrin, it's about 0.6 metres at the moment. Ideally I'd like that to come down to about 0.4 or 0.3. But we'll have a cast nonetheless. Maybe it'll run off a foot over the course of the morning, and we'll see how we get on. So yeah, I had initially brought my 11-foot switch rod down, but when I got here and saw the river and saw the conditions, I called my 12-foot 9 rod into action. So we'll start off with that, even if it's just for a few casts and a few practice casts. So like I say, we're down at Failford. And we'll probably, if conditions improve and the water drops a wee bit, I'll probably move up to the Barskimming stretch and have a wee go, and that will hopefully take us up to lunchtime. So yeah, we'll get in the water just now guys, and then we'll have a few casts. Don't forget guys, if you're a returning subscriber, please hit the like button, please share the video if you can, and if you're new to my channel and you like this type of content, please consider hitting the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to get notified when I release new content. So thanks very much, let's get in the water and we'll see how we get on. I tell you what, I've went and forgot my bloody net. I went and left my net in the car. Not that I'll probably need it, but I don't like not having this. I don't like not having much back cast room behind me, because that's what... There's bushes and reeds there that's breaking my D-loop or disrupting my D-loop behind me. Need to maybe try and get my anchor further out into the water. Still catching. That's the bad. That's one of the annoying things about the River Ayr. Certainly the bits that I fish anyway, is that there's, see at places you've hardly got any back cast room. The river runs through pretty much a gorge. I see that my D-loop's getting broken still. The river runs through pretty much a gorge. This is a gorge as well. Up at Ballochmyle, big sandstone gorge. Down here, sandstone gorge as well. You know, it's like a lot of places you've hardly any room for a cast. For fly fishing anyway, you know, if you're maybe better for the spinning. I've actually got my spinning rod with me, so we'll see. I'm not getting on too well fishing for the right bank here. I just need to get used to it though. I need to practice the casting. A bit better. But yeah, like I've actually got my spinning rod with me as well. My switch rod, my spinning rod, and this rod came prepared. But I thought if the water drops a wee bit and we get up to Barskimming and have a go, well, maybe give the meetings pool up there a spin, see what happens. Get the flying seas on. Alright guys, I'm on the move. That's me up in the path, above the gorge, above the river, and I'm just walking along the top of the gorge path here into some of the pools further downstream. We'll have a wee look and see if any of them are fishable. Yeah, this is a nice walk, folks. If you're ever down this neck of the woods, definitely give the walk a wee go. It is lovely. But this whole path forms part of the River Ayr Way. And you might have heard me mention the River Ayr Way in some of my previous videos, because it's some of it goes up the river, you know, past Mauchline, some of the places I've fished before in my previous videos as well. So aye, the River Ayr Way is, I don't know if it's the UK's first, but it's definitely Scotland's first source to sea river walk. 44 miles in total, I think. So there's a wee bit of history about the Ayr Gorge Woodlands Wildlife Reserve. But yeah, the path, the River Ayr starts at Glenbuck, up near the border with South Lanarkshire, just above Muirkirk, and then obviously it empties into the sea down at Ayr. So yeah, it's a lovely walk. Some bits of it are lovely. This was a good hill. We used to come down here on our bikes when we were younger. This was a good hill to come fleeing down. A wee squirrel. But yeah, I do fancy doing the River Ayr Way walk in its entirety. So like I say, it's 44 miles. Trying to rope a few of my mates into it, and to be fair, they've said they're up for it. It's on me now to arrange a date and suggest a date, but I'd quite like to do it round about this time of year, or towards the summer solstice, and just, you know, start at Glenbuck early evening on a Friday or Saturday night and just walk through the night with the head torches on, because you're only, that time of year, you're only what, 4-5 hours max of darkness. And then I just do it in its entirety, just to see how we get on. And then if we do finish it, have a nice rewarding wee session down at the Anchor Bar in Ayr. That'd be nice. But no, I was reading if you look at Walk Highlands, the Walk Highlands website, you see a couple of reviews of the River Ayr Way. People have reviewed it in sections. They do. Some people split it up into 3 sections. Normally Glenbuck to Sorn, Sorn to Stair maybe, which is just further downstream of here, and then Stair to Ayr. But there's a review of a guy that did walk it in its entirety, and raised money for charity and all that. And at the end up, it only took him about 12 I think he said 12 hours. Now 12 hours to walk 44 mile. It's pretty impressive. I think his wife and his kids were sort of following him along the way, and he would stop every now and again to get, you know, supplies and water and stuff from them, which was great. But I thought 12 hours to walk 40 odd miles, quite impressive. Maybe not, you know, I'm not an avid hill walker. I walk hills, and I've done a few Munros myself, but I'm not, maybe that's not outside the realms of possibility, or to walk that length of time, to walk for that length and that amount of time rather. But yeah, I think it is fairly, in the grand scheme of things, it's a fairly flat walk, I believe anyway. But yeah, quite fancy doing it. Anyway, enough rambling, let's get down here and see if we can find another pool to have a cast. If I remember right, this bit was quite good. It was quite shallow, even if I can get in down there. As I'm walking further down here, guys, the water seems muckier. It seems a lot muckier, but listen, if I can get in here even for a couple of practice casts, this looks like a. If I remember right, when I was down with the dog and my wife, this we'll soon see. Nah, it's not very good. Maybe up there actually there was if I remember right, there was like shallow, there was like shingle. There's plenty of shingle somewhere that was quite shallow you could have just stood on, you know. It might have been up here. That's too deep there. I'm not chancing it. I think it might have been over here actually, aye. As long as I've got, as I say, I'm just here for a practice cast. As long as there's room for a back cast or to form a decent D loop, then I think we're jamming. I think this was the bit actually that was a bit shallower. Let's see if I can get out a wee bit. Alright, that feels a bit better. It seems a lot muckier down here. I don't know if there's other burns. There's other wee burns or that up there that might cause that, but I'll check the gauge, check the SEPA gauge and see if it's coming down. I'm forgetting the SEPA gauge that I'm looking at though is at Catrin, so that's before the Luger comes in and other burns that run into the water before here, so might be better going for a wee look up near Catrin or up at the Howford, which I plan to do anyway, but we'll go up and have a wee look at Barskimming. As I say, I don't think there's much point actually fishing here, but we'll have a few practice casts anyway. We'll keep going with the practice so I can get a wee bit more used to casting off the right bank, and then we'll move up to Barskimming and see what things are looking like up there. If it's still a wee bit coloured, we'll pop up to Catrin and pop up to the Howford and see what's happening up there. Alright guys, I've moved up to Barskimming for a wee shot. see how we get on up here. There's another fella fly fishing above me. Still quite coloured up here as well. Not as bad as it was down at Failford, I don't think, but yeah, it's dropping. I think the water is dropping. See where it's been for the grass there. See, I'll just get my bearings and have a few practice casts. If there is any fish, I think the water's at the kind of height where they'll just be running straight up through rather than resting. So I guess if we do hope to bump into a fish today, it'll be a pure coincidence, pure chance with a running fish. Still got the same fly on, still got the same yellow and orange fly on. The copper tube. Do need something to stand out in this colour of water. Alright guys, we're back in the water, up towards the Haugh. I'm at the plastic factory pool now. Nothing doing down at the mill stream there, but I bumped into my pal Dave, who's down for a cast as well. He's fishing further upstream of me at the Haugh stream just now, so the water's definitely dropping. So yeah, we'll have a wee cast in the plastic factory pool and see how we get on. Dave's working the Haugh stream above me, and we'll work our way down to the caves, and then the pair of us might jump over to the Howford for an hour or so. But aye, the water's definitely dropping, and dropping in colour a wee bit as well, so it's a good sign. So we'll have a few casts in here and then see how we get on. Again, I don't have much casting room behind me here. Dave's got a 14-foot rod. He's in the opposite bank just now. He's quite comfortable casting on that side. So I've come down here for a shot in the left bank. No! Yes. Got it back. Oh, these are the difficulties of fishing spey casting on a small spate river in the west of Scotland with trees everywhere. I think the outfit's definitely too heavy. Should have had my switch rod set up. I think you need to impart a little bit of movement into the fly for this part because it's kind of slower water. There's some yellow maize coming off. Thankfully we've got more casting room here. We've got more back room. That was that was terrible down at the Haugh. My casting was awful. I mean, my casting's been awful all day, but it's been so long since I've done it, so I'm giving myself a break. Alright, we'll move down to the glide. That's what it's called, the glide. The glide. We'll move down there for the last few minutes and see how we get on. Aye, I'm just I'm sticking with the snake roll now, guys. I seem to be getting on a lot better with the snake roll than the double spay. I'm honestly terrible at my double spay. I mean, they say that that's one of the easier casts to start off and learn with, and I really struggle with it. Really struggle. I'm struggling with upstream, getting a decent upstream mend when I'm fishing for the right bank as well. It just feels awkward. There's more of a bow, more of a bend in the line when I'm fishing off the right bank. My mate Dave there was saying he's ambidextrous when it comes to the spay cast, and he's learned how to do it off both shoulders. I really need to do the same, I suppose. But yeah, I think I said in one of my other videos, I was up getting some spay casting lessons at the start of the year up in the Tay, and it was absolutely brilliant. I felt like it was very valuable. I wanted to fish the right bank that day, but the road was shut. It was at Lower Kinnaird on the Tay, and the road was shut. Where normally you would get access to the right bank, so I had to make do with the left bank and just focus on a single spay, a snap tee, and even just practicing my roll casts as well, because it was amazing what I got taught, just with needing to engage that bottom hand more and use it for the pull it back rather than push the top hand forward. It was really valuable, and it was with a nice chap called Callum for Scotia Fishing, and if anybody is looking for spay casting lessons, I would highly recommend Callum. It was absolutely brilliant. I think he only does it sort of during the off season and right at the start of the year before the season properly kicks in, when he's mostly taken up with guiding work. So, but yeah, I would highly recommend him, guys, if you need any lessons. It was very good. There's the odd larger upwinged fly coming off as well. I can't really see what they are. There's the yellow maize, they're about, and then there's some larger upwinged flies that are coming off as well that are darker than the yellow maize are, so I'm not quite sure what they are, but I really don't know what these tiny ones are. I've seen a granum, I've seen one granum, instantly recognisable by its horns, but yeah, I don't know what these other upwinged flies are. Yeah, I'll maybe I mean, Dave was fishing the head of this pool here, so I don't know whether to give that a wee go. Water looks great now. It's at a good height. I knew it would drop, and it's running clearer as well. Certainly a lot clearer than what we've seen down at Failford this morning. Alright guys, that's it for today. That will have to do. I need to head back up the road now. It was great getting out for a cast today, and yeah, it was a long shot expecting a fish, but conditions actually look really good for the salmon. The water's dropping to a nice height now, and it's definitely clearing up. But yeah, like I said, it was great getting out for a cast nonetheless, and yeah, my casting definitely needs a wee bit of top up practice, so hopefully we can get out in the coming weeks and sort of maybe get better at it before I head up to the River Dee for my booked session in July there. But yeah guys, for my returning subscribers, if you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button, and for those of you that are new to my channel and like this type of content, please consider hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon so you get notified when I release further content like this. But yeah guys, that's it today from the River Ayr. We'll get out again soon and we'll see you then. Cheers.